The hut stands on the rolling mountains, where a tree stands nearby, and he walks among the skeletons. When you came in the evening, when sleep also poked through the treetops in the distance, turning the sky into a blanket of gold and rosy half-light. The road was long, a high school path, but everyone saw you from the noise, from the slumber, from the ordinary, dragging its way down. Now that you're here, when the door is closed to your back and his problems by the fireplace still exist, everything happens far away and unreal, for the night of someone greater. The hut is small, one room with wooden walls meanwhile, with a basement that creaks quietly under the scratches, with a low wall, with it in peace and protection. At this moment, standing a little, enter a full set of furniture that smells of lavender and smoke. White wave, an old wooden style, their surfaces polished with stone dots. And the mediocre rooms are made up of stones, their heat also filled with a simple warmth that spreads between all these stones. If you stand white, gazing at the valley below, the day falls evenly, all at once, turning the greens stitched on the gray outlines and the foxes on the dark velours against the pale sky. Far below, a river flows, though nothing is visible here, only the appearance of its presence. I only know it's there, constant and unnoticeable. The first stars begin to pierce the sky, one after another, but there are so few of them that it's impossible to see. Feeling the cold, you will see its crescent with iconic arms, a thin breeze of cold that attacks the night. Everything was warm. The fire in the fireplace burns quietly, methodically, its half-light dancing with a bright orange light on the walls. They walk in a new way, very, without harshness, creating a sense of a living space that breathes with you. You will see that you meet in the crystal of a white fireplace, old snow-covered stones that seem familiar to you now, but easily as if you already knew them. The warmth from the impact permeates your appearance. Your hands penetrate the porch and into your skin. You stretch until noon, noticing how the cold day truly stands out, how you feel yourself softening, how you relax more gently. On the white table stand shiny blocks of water and a metal bowl. You pour your own water and drink in a new way. Cold cleansing with the guise of a handful, mineral and refreshing. It's like when the water makes you think it's too high in the mountains, where it flows right alongside the stones and rises upward. Wind is trying to get stronger. You hear your voice, a quiet moment, a visionary hum, then a close, intimate one. In the hut of the room, cracks click, a thin whistle in the open chimney. These sounds, though unheard, they are soothing. They remind me of you, that you are safe, that your walls are strong, that your head is safe. You may be a strong name, but here, in the middle, you are hidden. You think of it. You watch, like the wood licking its sides, like the red coals that sing, like the white and light fire at the bottom of the fireplace. There's something else going on here, to sit by the fire, to marvel at the new, to allow the rose to rise, to make thoughts clear. People worked with thousands of rotating devices, backed by electric lights, screens, and everything that often entails noise and sleep. It's simple. It's always like that. The hour here falls in a different direction. The anniversary doesn't matter, and you won't be shocked. You don't know exactly what year it is, and it doesn't really matter. Maybe it's 10 o'clock in the evening. Maybe it's early. When you're young, every year will be calm. You don't mention it anywhere. No one will suit you. This mixture is time in its own rhythm, and you easily succumb to it. You rise from your chair and go to the white wall. Several books stand there, old, with worn bindings. You pick up one reminder, not wondering at the title, and go to the chair. Open the book to an important page and begin reading. The words flow quickly, indicating that this is more important than the rhythm of reading itself, more detached from your fingers, less a calm process. After a few pages, you close the book and place it on the column, simply cutting it off like a talisman of self-sacrifice. Self-sufficiency is unimportant here. I'm alone, which is even more so. Self-sufficiency is the emptiness, the longevity of sound. Unity is repetition, being with yourself. You'll feel it now, sitting by a warm fireplace, listening to music and listening to music. In a hotel, you're a guest. The rain begins quietly. Hurry as much as you like, in fact, easily, even awkwardly. then more and more, but they don't remain constant sounds, my drumming repeating the hut with its own sound. The rain is the strongest in the mountains, lower in the forest. Here it's purest. Its sound won't be interrupted by the noise of cars and people's voices. Only rain, only water falling on a tree, on a stone, on the ground. You will meet a new one and prepare for the journey. The wings that you return on, like specks of rain flowing down as they catch, can quickly return to your home. It seems that now, without the beautiful light, around the beautiful reflections far above the mountains, beyond the distant places where they live like dark divas, only light, silent and beautiful, brightening the sky above, then fading. You will believe in stone and reach one floor. It accepts it very well when I go crazy, then fall back into my fasting rhythm. The warmth intensifies, and you will feel it on your face, on your hands, especially the intense suffocation that will make you understand the light and peer into a thin shirt. If you pour your own water, you will need a few leaves with a small bouquet that will visit the white police. Mint is new, fragrant, its scent echoing in the kitchen, mingling with the steam from the warm water you added from the kettle standing in the white fireplace. If you want a woman to feel comfortable, you feel the warmth spreading throughout, like melancholy invigorating your mouth and throat. The rain continues, growing stronger. Its sound now repeats everywhere, slow and rhythmic, like the heartbeat of the earth. If you wear it once, which gives you the opportunity to release great force, it creates short drum beats, then recedes again, and this leads to its calm fall. You lie on your forehead now, not under a blanket, just on your head, in a pillow that smells of dried grass and sleep. The sky above you is dark, lit only by the flickering light from the fireplace. You will fall in love with the wooden beams, their texture, the thin ones that play upon them. The leaker beam was torn by hand when we were long, who knew these mountains, who lives here, gathered with a lover and patience. Your eyes begin to close, from the heat, from the sound, from the feeler, from a long day of rest. But you're not sleeping, just playing on the edge in this welcoming place with witnesses and sleep, where thoughts remain fluid and formless, where it's time to be nervous and draw in meanings. You think of the valley below, the river flowing in the darkness, the tree beating in the rain, the creatures that have subsided in their burrows and nests, waiting on their wounds. You think this woman is small, and she's very big, and she's so small, and she's just like her. For you is night. A distant moonlit sound, maybe a tree, maybe a stone slithering down an all, but the sound is muffled by the rain, open, not ominous, just a reminder that mountains are alive, that they crumble and shift, usually stretching across the table, essential to human life, but constant. If you quickly move to the bed, pull the rug up onto the porch, it retains warmth and you can feel protected as in cocoons. The fire in the fireplace is quiet now, half a simmer lower, more in the corner, smoldering with a red light. You know you're in first place, but that's okay. Morning is far, and in this place there's enough heat to save for Christmas. The rain doesn't stop, partly in your child state, partly in your heartbeat. You don't hear it anymore, just the background against which all other thoughts and images float. Your breathing calms, becomes flexible, rhythmic. Your body is important for a mother. I have health problems without proper exercise. You think about the paths up the mountain, a path between the trees, how sleep filtered through the leaves, creating a light on the earth, how you stopped hour after hour to translate the breath, to look out over the valley, what was revealed below. The air grew cold and clear with each meter of altitude. Your heart grew stronger from the rush, but also from the knowledge that up there, in the chair, the stitches were the same thing that troubled you. And here you are, the path of completion. No more steps to warm up, no more heights to cook. Just this, warmth, silence, the sound of touch, the softness of a bed. Your thoughts remain fragmented, moving from one to the next without logic. Faces of people you knew, places where you were, moments of joy and turmoil, but they all gather soon, despite the old photographs that have fallen into the background. They no longer scare you, no longer bring transcendent joy. They are simply a part of you, but not the center of you. The center for you is here, now, in the house, under this carpet, listening to the rain. The wind of Troca poems remains mine, the smaller one, his smaller and more frequent ones creating the strongest, whitest noise that repeats all frequencies, all spaces with different sounds. You will see that sleep will greet you, as it usually does, without strength, without pressure, just presence, a request. Your stories are breaking, opening for a minute, then closing again. The room is darkening, the light from the fireplace is dark, or maybe it's your eyes which no longer perceive the light so brightly. You offer. Open the day, create thoughts, create needs for control, knowledge, reason. You simply are. You breathe. You are. And that's enough. Most of all, that's enough. The rain sings you a song, an old song that's old for the words, old for the melody. Letters of water and earth, sky and stone. You hear, and the hearing remains with sleep, and sleep remains calm, and everything remains calm. Katina